Toastmasters, and welcome everyone, PCC. I've supported PCC for a few years now, and I absolutely love what Jason and my friend Yahida do on a regular basis for the students. So happy to have you all, and I am so excited to share my journey with Toastmasters. So a little bit about my background. Being heard and getting noticed was not my thing at all. So much that in elementary school, middle school, and even up until high school, I was so shy that I wouldn't even dare raise my hand, even when I knew the answer. I used to get what you call, or I call, public speaking hangovers. I would completely forget what I said anytime I had to go up into a podium. I would look sick that my friends would just tell me that I looked awful. And you would think, why, how did I end up here? What prompted me to be here? If you ever told me that I would be a part of a public speaking club for fun, I would have probably betted my unborn children that I wouldn't. I would have bet a lot of money. Good thing I didn't, or I would be poor. But why Toastmasters and how I got here? I think Miguel and Abigail and Eric, we all share very similar stories. I don't know how I got here. I don't know why I chose Toastmasters. But I think it started very similar to kind of what Miguel was saying. I wanted to help my community. I wanted to volunteer. So around my college phase, I started to get involved in organizations. And, I just wanted to volunteer, be a volunteer. I wanted to go as unnoticed as possible. That's not possible. Once you start to get involved and you want to be a leader in your community, I never wanted that kind of a spotlight. I just wanted to help. But in doing so, you get really good at what you do, and you eventually end up leading an effort, a project, and eventually a group of people. So I didn't want to pass up the opportunity to help. And that was the first thing that triggered me to work on my communication skills. Never did I want to work on my public speaking skills. Fast forward, I stay with that same organization, the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers, and I, want to run for president and vice president positions, just because I saw the need for leadership. And what comes with that kind of leadership is, in order to be a leader and to have people follow you, you have to communicate your vision. You have to be confident. And it's beyond your technical skills. It's beyond your own personal ability and your individual performance. Now it becomes about the team, the group, and the organization. So little did I know that I needed those skill sets. But I launched myself into it. And guess what? My life didn't end. I spoke to a group of 250 students. I remember just speaking, the very first time I started speaking was my community outreach committee that was only 5 people. And I used to get so nervous. Now all I was doing was reading off of an agenda. So I love what Christina mentioned about, 5 years ago, she's unrecognizable, right? And Eric mentioned that as well, because I think that's what I strive for now, especially with communication and with my speaking abilities and my confidence that has grown from that. I love it. I love it when people say, you wouldn't recognize me. I love saying that. I love it when people tell me that they don't recognize me from years ago or from a year ago. I strive to be different every single day. I strive to be different every single year. And
also just referring back to some of what Miguel was saying about being prepared, preparedness is
your path to success. If you get this out of the way, which
the public speaking, the communication skills, the listening skills that you get out of a public speaking club like Voces Latinas, once you get that out of the way, you're going to be sought after for those leadership positions. People will come to you and will ask you to leave them.
It's happened to me, and I am honored and just
in complete shock from what happened. But little did I know that I was choosing these challenges.
And I now lead a team of 37 people out in the field, and I am young and I am 5 feet tall. You can't tell from where I'm sitting, but
it's not my presence, my physical presence, that
is leading them.
It's all about my communication, how I share my vision, and how I listen, right? And all of those skills are the skills that I learned with groups like Toastmasters. I chose Toastmasters because I wanted to continue that challenge and the practice, right? Because you have to keep practicing. Even if you were a great public speaker 10 years ago, without the practice, it's just like a gym, like Miguel said, for your communication skills. And I think the more you challenge yourself now, the more you're going to be ready, and the more challenges you get out of the way, the more confidence you build. It's just a cascading effect. It's just these building blocks that you have to take care of. And I will tell you that in every single industry, no matter what you do, what you want to do, public speaking, communication skills are essential to your success and your growth. And one of the last things I want to say is touch a little bit on vulnerability. This is a very vulnerable thing that you will do, and it will cause you to grow in the best way possible. I have a favorite author, one of my favorite authors, Brene Brown. One of her quotes that I absolutely love is, vulnerability is the most accurate measure of courage. Vulnerability is the most accurate measure of courage. And if public speaking is not a form of vulnerability, I think it's the biggest form of vulnerability, especially when you get to public speaking about your personal life and some of your most intimate fears. That's when you start to challenge yourself. And a safe space like Voces Latinas has allowed me to do that from time to time. So because of this challenge that I've overcome and I'm still overcoming every single day, I choose courage over comfort, because I'm addicted to that growth. Thank you so much.